I decided to make my screen brighter because I figured I can, since I have this awesome Mac. Look, my screen's gone. Now it's really bright, but it's too bright. So anyway, my next question. PETA, People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. I am a member of PETA, People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. But a lot of people really hate PETA. Like, they despise PETA. They're like, ew, you're in PETA? Do you know how crazy those people are? And I'm like, yeah, I'm actually part of them, so maybe I do know how crazy we are. But you have to think about it. Like, okay, so you see those protesters that are like, yeah, we're with PETA, we love PETA, we love animals, la 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 la, and then they lay out naked in the middle of the street. Okay. Well, you know what? I completely think that's, like, weird. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, it's weird. Like, I would never lay in the middle of the street. I mean, I guess maybe if somebody, like, took my dog, because I love my dog. My dog's name is Lucky. He's really cute. But if somebody, like, took my dog, then maybe I'd lay out in the middle of the street if that meant getting him back. But in this case, people are like, you threw a fish, I'm gonna sit in the middle of the street naked just as a fish, or painted as a fish, and you get to watch me because you eat fish. But, like, honestly, that's, like, not what PETA's really about. I mean, I guess we kind of are crazy in the way we do things. And what by we, I'm speaking as, like, PETA as a whole. If anybody from PETA watches this and they disagree with me, feel free to leave a comment. Wherever you leave a comment, I'm not exactly sure. But feel free to leave a comment and tell me if you disagree with me or agree with me. But PETA is about, let me see if I can find this. Okay, well, I don't really think they ever wrote anything about what, like, exactly the definition of PETA is, but I'll tell you what I think it is. We're a group that spreads the awareness of animal cruelty so that people can make the decision on their own whether or not they choose to be vegan or vegetarian or pescatarian or whatever they choose to be, or maybe even cut out meat just once or twice or 3 times a day in their week, or just reduce the amount of meat or leather or animal products that they choose to put their money into and support. Okay, that's my opinion. Like, we spread out the news, we have our little flyers and pamphlets, and we can do all the little propaganda things that we want to do. Now, some people that give PETA a really bad name are the people that shove it down people's throats, like, insane. Like, they're like, oh, well, you're not listening to me, so I'm gonna have to spoon feed it to you. But, like, trust me, I've had lots of people come up and be like, ew, you're a vegetarian and you're with PETA, so let me just tell you all the reasons that you should eat meat. And I'll be like, no, that's okay. I mean, you eat meat, that's fine. I mean, like, I think it's wrong. I think eating meat, I couldn't eat a dead thing. I just couldn't do that. And I realize I'm stuttering a lot in this video, but I just couldn't eat something that's been dead or was dead, even that hadn't really been dead for that long. I don't even know where I'm going with this. I just couldn't eat anything that was dead. I couldn't eat anything that was alive either. Like, broccoli I can eat. I mean, plants don't really ever die, do they? Because their xylem and phloem doesn't, like, automatically. Anyway, I eat plants. End of story. Don't argue with me. I eat plants. But, like, animals, I just can't. I mean, maybe, no, actually, no, I just couldn't eat animals. But, like, I don't argue with you, like, when I see a meat eater walking, I don't, like, run after them and be like, ew, you put dead animals in your mouth and chew on it. Disgusting. Like, I don't know, I don't think I've ever done that. However, I have handed out pamphlets before, and this really immature guy took the pamphlet, and he was like, oh, it was like an anti-leather pamphlet, and it was just me purely, like, trying to get information out there. And so he looked at this pamphlet, this old man, he's like, no, not old, maybe he was like 40, mature, he looked like he'd be mature. And then he looks at the thing and he's like, ew, you're some animal rights activist, ugh, wasting your time. Well, guess what? I like my leather, and he was like, oh, you gave this to me because I'm wearing a leather jacket. Well, guess what? I really like my leather jacket, and I know it came from a dead cow. And then he took the pamphlet that I gave him, like, I offered, I was like, hey, do you want to see this? And then he, like, looked at it, and then he said that, and then he, like, took the pamphlet, like, I was like, oh, okay, maybe he's gonna, I don't know what he's gonna do with it, because I was just standing there, like, whatever. And then, he took the pamphlet, and he threw it on the floor, in the mall, and he walked away. Now, honestly, who do you think was the crazy person there? The PETA person offering to give the man a pamphlet informing him about what he was wearing on his back, like how he was wearing a skin from something else that was no longer alive on his back, or Tim, who was being crazy because he took the pamphlet from me and he wasted paper that could have gone to somebody who actually cared, and he threw it on the floor. By the way, I picked that up and I gave it to somebody else who actually did care. And he threw it on the floor and he walked away. And he was like, stupid PETA activists. I didn't do anything. I just gave him a piece of paper. And I'm ranting now because this guy really upset me, but I just kind of was like, whatever. There's people like that. Very mature people who make immature decisions because they know that what they're doing is wrong, but they choose to do it anyway, and then when somebody tries to inform them about their wrongdoings, they're ignorant, because ignorance is bliss. That's always going to be a fact. Ignorance will always be bliss. Always. Think about how ignorant you were as a child. You didn't know all the wars that were going on, did you? No. But you were so happy. Because ignorance is bliss. And when you heard about the war, what's war? I don't know what war is. It's not here. It's not happening here. And nobody's getting hurt. Ignorance is bliss. Always. Always has and always will be. Sad but true. I admit it. I can be ignorant sometimes. I try not to be. I try to be open-minded and think about things. But people are ignorant, and it's kind of in our nature. So, yeah. I have to think of another thing to talk about, because otherwise I'm going to get carried away about PETA. And that's just not good. So, next topic. And this is definitely going to be more than one YouTube video. And maybe you'll watch both. And maybe you won't watch any. And maybe you'll watch like 30 seconds of it and then be like, this girl's stupid or crazy or weird or something. Okay.